demonstration of CBD's obligation to continuous learning and improvement. This dedication to unearthing new knowledge, documenting lessons learned, replicating best practices, especially those unique to our region, reassures our stakeholders of our commitment to better serve our mission and our stakeholders. At CEB, we recognize that achieving our mission is impossible without the collective support of our communities. They are the first responders in times of emergencies. They are our primary stakeholders in the design and implementation of sustainable development interventions and the foundation on which the advancement of our Caribbean is built. We commend this symposium for its emphasis on inclusive growth, where social and community development practices empower marginalized groups, foster resilience, and reduce poverty, all of which are core components of CBD's mission. We also value the symposium role in fostering collaboration and knowledge sharing among key entities working to achieve sustainable development across the region. This event's crucial aspects align with our focus on strengthening institutions and enhancing human and organizational capacity to implement sustainable development.
Yeah, morning, Dion.
With over 4 decades of experience working with poor and vulnerable communities through our basic needs response, we have balanced finance through our special development fund, as well as more recently executed the Community Disaster Reduction Fund, another program that is community driven, with financing from the Government of Canada, the United Kingdom, as well as the European Union. We have been able to document several best practices that have yielded significant success. These successes include facilitating increased community participation, improving the capacity of community professionals and beneficiary groups, and enhancing local resilience to climate change and natural impacts.
Okay.
For this symposium, CDD will be showcasing 3
So yes, guys. Today I'm at the Best Practice Symposium 2024 Pioj, and just showing you around the room. And this is what the government is spending its money on. So this is what the government is spending its money on, all right?
CDB is proud to be a part of this outstanding and is confident it will inspire transformative social and community development that will create a lasting impact. We are deeply grateful for your participation, everyone, and are certain that this symposium will utilize innovative and scalable interventions that will contribute to Jamaica and the wider region's resilience and socio-economic growth. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Evening. Our next speaker is Dr. Dave
Hi.
the Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica. And he has been at the forefront of Jamaica's planning and development efforts for a number of years. And Dr. Henry will share his insights on how we can create more resilient and inclusive communities. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our host for today, Dr. Dave Henry.
So you're going to see all of the agencies that is contributing to community development. And one of them, which is big on community development, is the JSIF. And this is JSIF and their beautiful setup each year. Hi, Miss JSIF. And it's Dawn Allison, not JSIF. All right. Oh, people, this man talking is the boss for JSIF.
I told her that I'm asking if an interview
Sure.
on radio 11:15, so
Okay.
just be around 11:15 so I can grab you.
Alright, no
That's your
problem.
booth, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm right at the
Alright, so
front.
I'll come at 11:15 and grab you.
Sure. So guys, I'll be on RJR at 11:15. They'll be interviewing me. So they say I'm the brand ambassador for the SDC. Oh, let me just go back to SDC setup. When they did know say I saw gold and black pretty, look at that.
From I was 25 years old, I stopped 35 years. And you get the secret for 55 years. There's no way.
So these are the ladies who said they are going to give me free stock today. See them here? We're going to hold them at ransom. Hi, good morning. Good morning.
So today marks the 9th staging of the best practices symposium.
Hi, good morning. I am good. When are you starting your program in Palmer's Cross? Start already?
We're waiting on the school to finish with the screening of the students. We did have a couple sessions so far, but we want to wrap it up before January.
Okay, great. Sounds good. All right, moving on. Thank you.
Once again, to celebrate impactful achievements and inspire the future of community transformation. This symposium has long been a platform for showcasing transformative initiatives that uplift vulnerable and at-risk communities globally. It has fostered a meaningful exchange of ideas.
Where are the Clarendonians? Shen, I see a community here.
Last year, for example, we illustrated how cognitive behavior therapy is successfully applied in behavior modification in Jamaica and beyond.
So this is a community map of Lionel Town, Water Lane, Rocky Point, Longwood.
And expanded, demonstrating that transformative programs are possible and replicable in marginalized communities across the world. These efforts serve as guiding examples, showing us that impactful initiatives tailored to the unique needs of communities can create lasting change. We are therefore proud that Pioj's own CRP plays a foundational role in establishing this important and relevant.
So these are local economic initiatives. You see these lovely pieces made from crochet? Beautiful, ain't it? Look at this. Nice, man. Oh, let me go back there. Hold on. So this is what the SDC, Pioj, JSIF is helping local economic initiatives to achieve. All right. So I know the Paradise Blends. Ira Life is from St. Thomas. I know Ira Life. This is who. This one is from Kingston. Yeah. So people, once you have a CDC, you will have one of these books. This is what they say is a Bible for community development. All right? So everyone has one of these. 779 communities that makes up Jamaica. See them there.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lee. I now have the pleasure of welcoming the Honorable Officer and the citizens.
Yeah, man, that's. You probably can get one from the SDC. I gave away mine.
Let
Good
us
morning,
welcome
Billy.
Mrs. Rose. Thank you, moderator. And the DG has already established the protocol, so protocol has already been established for currently to acknowledge, however, our moderators, the DG himself, our host for the day, my colleague permanent secretaries, and I have two listed, I'm saying Ambassador now, and I will, our colleague over here, our colleagues will be here. Pastor Palmer will next.
So this is the ninth staging of the best practice symposium.
Good morning, everyone. Yes,
And these are things that needs to be highlighted. Every November each year for the past 9 years, this is being hosted.
Will be introduced at the appropriate time. The annual Best Practices Symposium for Community Development may now be regarded as a major feature on the calendar of community development practitioners across Jamaica, and I dare say in some sections of the wider Caribbean and the world. In the 9 years since it was first posted, as was earlier noted, it has featured some of the most
Morning, Boss Jaden.
initiatives and leading practitioners across the globe, driving advancements among Jamaica's community development experts. It has also fostered productive dialogue, promoting greater harmonization and coordination within the field. Today's presentations, for example, span multiple ministries: the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, the Ministry of National
So
Security.
I'm gonna stop here for a while. I want to show you. So this is USAID, and USAID is in different communities doing social work, and Rise is currently in Palmer's Cross, and they are doing some social work. They are doing a reading program and an after-school program, and it's for children who is not reading at their level. So, for example, a grade 4 student who is reading at a grade 2 level, we are doing an after-school program for them, and it is being done in other communities right across Jamaica. So when people is telling you that there is no social program for our youths and our kids, this is not true, because it is being done here. All right? And I hope that as the day goes on, I can get to interview some of these different institutions. All right? And I'm really, really interested in this one. And why I'm so interested in this one is because it says play therapy demonstration room, and it is done by the Institute for Caribbean Children and Family. So remember that people would say that our early childhood sector it's not getting much attention, but with this setup it tells you that the early childhood sector is getting a whole lot of attention, and we want to hear what they are doing in this sector.
Later today, when the doors of this place are open, you will have the opportunity to explore high quality products from these areas. As you engage in the presentations and displays that will feature during the symposium, I hope that you will be inspired to innovate and deepen your collaborations, advancing our shared goal of
People I see the lady here, and she do the nice slippers in here.
for the revitalization for volatile
Yeah.
and vulnerable communities.
No, live, me
I encourage all of us to bring your collective wisdom
Look at
because
these.
Jamaica is depending on us. I thank you. Thank you very much. So, at this point, we will now hear from our team. He is a senior lecturer and renowned social anthropologist at the University of the West Indies. His research has focused on social conflict, particularly among marginalized groups, and provides essential insights into the root causes of violence and community-safety challenges. Today, he will share his expertise on social structures that impact knowledge and learning. Whenever it always raises up.
Thank you, Khadija. Oh, people, this lady here is one of my favorite person.
So I'd like you now to join me.
Hi, Fiona.
Hello, Romeo.
People, you remember I did a live and I spoke about Fiona. Fiona never knows something talk about her. You understand? She's knowing now. And Fiona does some really lovely crochet, slippers and other stuff. And Fiona is from Clarendon. So Clarendon people, ensuring a link up Fiona. Fiona promised to give me 10% of any sale that she makes. Alright? Right, Fiona? So she said yes. Yeah, man, look at Fiona's stuff. Look at that. Shen, look at that, Shen. Remember, you go a trip, you know. You go a beach trip. See it there? Khadija, remember you go out, you know.
I'm happy the protocols long been established because there's a lot of nice.
So SDC hosts these people.
Every day, just to make sure that.
So the Paradise Blends, that is it.
I have a very weird job. I work in 17 countries in the Americas and in Europe.
Look at these lovely pieces. And this is the lady behind it. So good morning, Miss.
Good morning.
She's shy.
In my sojourn, I have
never realized
that a lot has been happening in the world and a lot has gone wrong.
Yeah, man, one of the things about Fiona, let me just show back Fiona again, alright? Fiona, come here, put you up on a spot. Tell me the 2 projects you did in the last 2 years.
United Way of,
You have to talk louder.
the project, the United Way of Jamaica.
So Fiona had a right one thing there, a project, a proposal, and she got some monies from United Way, and she did what with it?
I teach persons in my community how to crochet.
So, you know, some people bad mind, and them have a little skill, and them not bother teach nobody. So Fiona would have used her skill and she would have taught people how to do crochet. So the legacy lives on. She have her daughter, them not see one of her daughter, they are a nice daughter. You understand? She's the one who does these. You understand? So she could have just leave it in the family. But Fiona got the grant and decided that she's going to share it with other people. How many people you shared it with?
25.
So 25 people, because of Fiona, has learned a skill that today, tomorrow, they can use it to make money and to live a better life. All right? She also did a program with Digicel Foundation. And what did you teach them to do?
Teach them to do crochet, different types of crochet.
Different types of crochet.
I don't teach one thing.
All right. So Fiona is one of the featured person here also. And she's doing a great job. And so the man behind it all, he might hide, you know. But make him go and hide now. He can't hide forever, man. The man behind it all. You have to big him up, man. Sir Andy. Yeah, man.
Respect, sir.
Yeah, man. Blessings, man.
Viewers who are watching, tuning into a very interactive platform. So feel free to stay with us throughout the day. You'll be seeing and hearing from a lot of presenters today.
All right, thank you.
If you look at a trajectory, it's not possible unless somebody thinks so.
People, you know, man, when what I respect about this so much is that a local economic initiative, if they were to set up at an event like this, you would be looking at $40,000-$50,000 just for a booth space, and you're getting it free from the SDC. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have hosted 8 local economic initiatives. And look at these beautiful pieces.
Give responses like, it's been good. It's been
Look at
really good
these.
since Uncle Bekele. Till Bekele is informed. One of the crises I have when you work across the world like I do is when people begin to get greeted like uncles.
And this is the lady behind it all. Hi, good morning. Yet, Hannah, you met them? Oh, I'm sorry, darling. She's not feeling well. We'll get back to her.
But how do you view Niger? How do you view it? They have the lowest homicide rate in the Americas. The lowest rate is dropping from 36 to 2.4. Or is it the greatest governance tragedy in the Americas? With over 7,000 young men locked up, including street children, just straight across the street. They're shouting, they're walking around saying, hey, I have peanuts. Next day you're in jail. That's the experience I know from the people I know personally in El Salvador. What's really funny is that I have heard in the Caribbean, in 3 different countries, 19 members of government suggesting that Bekele and his ideas.
So, you see, this lady is one of my favorite persons. You know, she's so nice. You understand? One of my favorite person.
You are so wonderful too. It takes one to know one.
There's nothing.
And the brand is Irie Life. So the St. Thomas people, this is what you're doing in St. Thomas. Alright?
A lot of the best practices today, I guarantee you, will not be duplicated. A lot of bad things.
You should know this brand by now.
So what about the forecast for El Salvador? Is it great? Now all the gangs and export workers, we manage them off. In one place. I checked the economy. Remember, UNODC,
This is my friend.
2006, and every other single research team have made a declaration that if homicide rates go down, your economy goes up. Am I right? So why is it happening? Why have we not seen the bounce in El Salvador?
I'm going to turn the camera for a while. Hold on. Just want you to see what going on. Place full, don't it? People standing all over the place.
Our parents and our cousins are there. So when did the word sustainable become an expletive? Why are people struggling to acknowledge that sustainability is a part of your best practices? Then you have to guarantee that this is not only for today, but also for tomorrow.
So,
when did we get to the
key speaker said that he works in 17 countries.
But that's not what people want.
He has a whole lot of money.
So let's get home to Jamaica.
The man rich. I want to work in even 5 countries.
Very old and very British. It's called ontological security.
Everybody knows them by now.
And in
Our trust.
2003, I think it was, a team of us set out to ask a question across the Americas and into some other zones of poverty and development, to the point where we had 117 countries covered by 17 students and so on. This is the University of London. And we asked the question, What would make you stable as a young person? Everybody listed food first. Number two, a sense of security. If you come at me with a big gun every day and suppress me every day, there's absolutely no way I can feel secure. So who will feel secure? The people who doesn't have a child, who don't have a child in the backup, will feel secure. And for every single human being who doesn't have a child and who feels that their child can't be treated, I always remind them in Jamaican language that I've been told fat puppies are never safe around Makala.
So this is the Pioj Best Practice Symposium. Best Practice Symposium. This is the 9th stage of the Best Practice Symposium. And here is Pioj.
I think you can finish it. And young people need a support system and they need opportunities.
So Pioj,
especially access to education.
as I said, is doing their 9th year of the Best Practice Symposium. And they are telling you about the different practices that they use to develop communities and the different institutions that is involved in the process. So you would see Pioj here, the CBD, Caribbean Development Bank, all right?
Or for those who don't have a matching point,
and this is a CSE.
U.S. incursion into Iraq had a war-related death of 205 or 100,000. Look at this.
Sure, you don't remember me.
Every single one of them of Iraq has food.
You're making farmers cross.
They are located in parish.
Yeah, man. When we did the...
And I've heard brilliant people say, why don't we just run our Pioj parishes?
Mr. Man is out there.
Mackenzie, yeah. Sure.
The word Latino joke is
all
not
right.
a joke.
What you do up here, man? Which company I represent? You're there JCDC still? Okay. Good. Still in Clarendon? Okay, good. Blessings, bro.
GBV, for those of us trained in violence, GBV is the only branch of violence that
People who want the wig.
Not even the people who created the word. That's your GBV. If a boy is killed by another boy, it is still gender-based. I bet you don't know that. That's your GBV. 80% of the persons killed in Jamaica are adult males. And the second...
More than see the line. Here, more see the people and see the line. That's what they're on the line.
9.1. Then we get to women.
People,
then we get to
like
old
you were
men.
waking up people.
Then we get to girls and then we get to grandma. That's our country. But when you listen to the news every day, that's not what you hear. Nobody cares about Edwin Ott and his...
So, as I said, these are the different organizations that is creating a better community. So this is the Ministry of National Security, and they are doing the Live Good initiative.
Don't worry, you won't be able to interpret it. Let's look at the trenches. The first spike you see is Jamaica's 1981. And
they have the PADAF, which is Pan American Development Foundation.
And then you'll see a spike again, because after every suppression comes a spike. That's all you need to interpret from that. Don't worry about it. Let me take you through some risk levels. We have 5 levels of risk. Those of us who do violence, we have children who are shielded, such as mine growing up in Southern Namar many years ago. Then we have low violence, we have medium violence, we have high and shutters or repeat killers. And the repeat killers is exactly as it says.
Why, if only you could tell the PNP that, and they would believe you. Because for them, this is the wrong direction.
Let's look at some of the things with ontological security. Breakdown of chronic hunger by risk levels. Shutters have traditionally been the hungriest people.
I wonder if I can win this today.
When you ask a question, have you ever gone without food for a day?
You know much something I can plant in this?
So let's define it.
Vertical farming, this, you know? Now look at this.
For a day, or our days without food, just water.
You know what you do with these people?
So you get listed there. The sheeted ones are okay. Let's look at the same people who are carrying
so
their
this is a drone
while being a child.
that is used to spray fields.
These are people who are carrying their families, these are young people carrying their families economically while being a child. What do you notice about the shutters? You can whisper it. What's the lesson from this? Some of us have been responsible for creating shutters because they were feeding us. And then we look at Manchester urban, St. Catherine urban, St. James urban, and you can see these kids, and you can see the hunger, and you can see the difference by gender. The boys are always 2.7 times hungrier than the girls.
Wow.
But I haven't heard any policy for the hungry ones. Only jails for the hungry ones. How far are we from Becca? Males assisting their families the same ratio. Females have less responsibility, economic responsibility, and more time for school. Let's go to a study that's recent, and let's look at ACs. Oh, by the way, ACs mean torture. It's the new term for it. It's about a decade old. It means adverse childhood experiences. I like it. It's better than torture. Feels less painful. We just chop a car ACs. I like these ones. You know, we've now, the newest one we have now in development is called Jesse. Gender equality and social inclusion. So Jesse almost sounds like a boy.
So guys, remember at 11:15 I'll be on RGR.
Jesse and think, oh my goodness, I'm included.
I am one of the brand ambassadors for SDC.
54% of the students we've covered across the country suffered from physical, psychological, sexual neglect. 13% were extreme, and these came from Tier 4, largely Tier 4, meaning the schools, the 31 schools we have in Jamaica that don't make more than 5% of students matriculating on to university. We have 31 such schools. 68% of first sex, please note, and I want you to note, 68% of the boys first sex under 16 compared to 14% of our girls. Our girls have not escaped, but they are escaping.
I will.
These data are very clear. Look at being tricked, forced and being
Can you imagine 31 schools makes up the number
84% of those that are hungry
of
boys,
students who will never matriculate into university in Jamaica.
Came from the
that is something that we need to work on.
42, so we know where they are, we know what sex they are, right? We can go pretend later while we have our drink. 42% came from Tier 4 schools. 92% were males who were poor. Poor students comprise 77% of all suicide cases, suicidal thought cases. And poor and hungry make up 87% of all that were depressed and said that they considered suicide. And when we look at dead fathers across the country in that data set, 31% of the poor children, poor defined as my parents have no skill or they're unemployed, were dead. We know where to find them. And I can tell you this, something you may never understand. And I'll tell you very, very quickly. Jamaica and Haiti are the only two countries where I have found a group of boys.
I believe the Minister of National Security should be here today.
Sexual assault than girls. I will describe them for you. They are under age 16, they are children. Yes? Number 2, their parents are unemployed. Number 3, they are employed. Remember, children cannot be unattached, they are attached to something. These were employed, not gainfully served.
Look at this beautiful lady. Look
And
at
of
her.
course, I will show you
Yeah.
this. That's what happens. The
That's
human
my friend right
species
there.
is designed to preserve the replicate form. I'll tell you where to go and read this. Richard Dawkins, The Selfish Gene. I give you a book so you can go read afterwards. The human species, in the darkest hour, we protect those that can reproduce. And that is why so many boys roam the streets today. Let's go to father presence and mother presence. This has been a myth by some of my colleagues for a very long time. You know one of the most brilliant studies ever done in this region? People walk into a prison and ask a question to a young man. Excuse me, where is your father? I have no father. See? Father absence.
So it's good to see a person like Roughage over here asking what is happening. So Roughage, this is the best practice symposium by the Pioj. It has been going on for the last 9 years, and this is the 9th year of the Jamaica Labour Party governing this country. And this is something that was implemented by this administration, something that the PNP could have never thought about. And if they should win the next election, I'm pretty sure that they would scrap this, because they don't believe in community development and community renewal. And as such, we see this going on right now, where we see 8 LEIs from the Social Development Commission is hosted here, and we see 4 from the Pioj Community Renewal Program, and we see different agencies that come together to try to make a different and a better community. And most of these communities are inner city communities that would see at-risk youths and hungry youths. You understand? We try to make a change in these communities and the lives of these people. And this is something, as I said, the PNP, they would have never thought about, and they have never placed emphasis on. All right? So I hope I answered your question, Roughage.
If you do any form of audit, you'll see something that's happening with young people across. This is young people across the Americas. What will you find? This is a violence audit that we're working on. What's the first thing you see?
Man, the Peace Management Initiative was not scrapped, you know. It was something that was not doing anything good for it. It wasn't good. It was good and not good, because if they get $100 to spend, they spend $25, and the next 75 goes into pocket, and they support the Dons. As the PNP will say, the Dons. You understand? They want to reintroduce the Dons into communities. We are not about that. We are about community development committees and different associations. That is what the Jamaica Labour Party is about.
What's the crisis with mothers? Same proportion, in fact, slightly higher. Abuse the children.
So we are at the Jamaica Pegasus, and this is the Best Practice Symposium.
There's somebody who leaves and says, he's troubling women, without hearing what I said. Do it today and you're fine. Education and training has to be the core of our development. And if you take boys who drop out at grade 9 as a baseline, you're going to develop a very easy.
No, the shower labor right was there all this time. Don't come with your foolishness, Roughage. Oh, Roughage, I need you to see this section. This one would fit you perfectly. early childhood, because that's the level the PNP is at, early childhood, you understand? There are no we're above early childhood. And the great emphasis that is placed on early childhood and the Institute of Caribbean Children and Family is doing a greater good for these institutions. Ruffage, you want a doll?
Because with almost we have a 69% chance of going on to university. If you go to a church, you cover 61. And if you go to a technical school, 17%. And if you go to a new secondary school, tier 1 to 4, you have a 30% chance of going on. And here is when we put this up here. Now we're going to put years of weight or
Developed by the Institute
their sex, the kind of school you go, and then a girl who
container, and every day she has one of them, and you put it here and his name, so they behave well, and then they get another one.
Okay.
And we did it for 15 years at Short, and got very good results from it. It's called the behavior.
Nice.
Bullying, teasing, self-esteem, anger management.
How comes you have an index that says no child should be in the group?
Lovely. I take great interest in this area because I think the early childhood sector at one point was ignored, and I see where.
This was just the adolescents, but you know, the bigger puppets, the bigger children, teach the younger children about bullying.
Okay.
And then we want
to represent it, come and you see how I use it.
Okay. All right. Definitely, I'll be back at 2:00 to see your presentation. Thank you. Sweet treats. People, look here. Look at these sweet treats, all right? Look, you know. Look at this beautiful face. Nature's blessed. Always remember the name. You can always get products from her, all right?
1% were educated, and by the way, education there.
This is JSIF. So this is one of the initiatives that is supported by the JSIF. All right.
1%. 1 out of 1,000 persons who is educated will be called a law. Because one is being called, the other two is being called. A lot of people here have dollars in nonsense. So this is gangs. Look carefully. That line you see, the average 40% of the audited people who are working with right now are being gang members or are gang members. Look at that. If you only have primary education, 21%, it's not that analysis, right? And if you have tertiary,
Which organization?
and please look carefully. The 2 lines. One line is the board gang line, and the other one is the third gang line. And what is
I think a table is
if they
right.
are unsupported, they join down. If you support them, they double. It is not rocket science. And this is the one that was so painful that I saw tears in my assistant's eyes as she wrote them, as she let me call it.
Ruffage, we're not entertain your type of behavior today. Remember, son, believe in development and growth. So you're non-existent today. Cool?
A social space in which it makes sense to be life. That's the crisis. I ask as I close, what's wrong with balance or partnership? If 64% of women who get killed in Jamaica are as a result of men's war, why should we spend 19 pages of articles against Herbert Samuel Gale in 2017 when I stated in Manchester that in our epoch, in our frame, there can be no policy frame called violence against women. It is not wise, it's otherwise. If 64% of everybody in a group die because something is happening with the other group, start the other group, are you stupid? So I will show you.
So this is the Department of Correctional Services.
Educated
And this was something we were talking about yesterday on Chuck's Live. Or was it Chuck's Live? But it was a live we were on yesterday, and they were talking about using systems like these to educate people on what they are doing in those institutions or those organizations. And you would have seen a small demonstration from the Correctional Institute, Correctional Services.
I said, let me check the temperature. And I guided her to set up a business. That business is now worth $75 million. And now she's doing her degree. We have to begin to reassess ourselves. What's wrong with owning something? What's wrong with owning something, women? What happens when a woman has an MA but no MAN? What happens when our boys can scam, can practice the line for hours and days until they speak English that they don't understand? A scammer said to me, Herbs, I genuinely don't understand what I'm saying, but it's magic, it works. English language is powerful. He said, yo, dog, yo. You know, said to the lady, you know, miss, I'm gonna make you dreams come true. People can have dollars without sense. This is why our women die in Jamaica. 118 women die in Jamaica every year. 64% of them who die is as a result of men having war. They're either calling farmers, gang rivals, they're gun house guys, right? It's the trigger war. Or 8% of them are gang strategists. I've been into so many gangs. And when I sit with the Don says, boy, I'm waiting on the boss. The first thing happened to me, I think I was in Honduras. So I'm waiting on the boss. I'm like, where's the boss? I saw a young one walk in and says, that's the boss. When you don't know that. 8% of all women die because they are gang strategists. They tell the men who dies. And please notice 4% of the women who die from family members. And 21% died from interaction with men. And that makes up 1.7851% of murders in Jamaica. That's where we want to spend the money. Come on, talk to me. If I did an exam and I lost 2%, would you be proud of me? I got 98 on my exam. You be proud of me? Good boy, good boy. But that's not what we do in development. That's not what we do. We take the 1.78%, and when you see the ads on television, it's about the 1.78%. And it's worse. Because no, I'm going to tell you the controversial bit. Out of the 118 women in Jamaica who die every year at the hand of a man, 5 are light skinned, and those 5 remain on television. Oh yes, you finally got it. The 113 dark skinned ones, my students, I make them specialists with every year. One last year remained, one dark skinned one remained last year for 3 weeks. Won't describe her because you know who it is. This is not my job. My job is to make you think. But the light skinned ones, they stay on television. Oh my God. Oh my God. People who are colonized need to assess themselves every day. Do your axiological test every day. Am I carrying on still? There it is. In 1970, 74% of our women, 74, there were 74 women to every 100 men in Jamaica. In school, now there are 228%. The problem with the pendulum is that often we cannot control where
So guys, as soon as this person finishes the presentation, I'll be ending the live. I'll just do some interviews and just post them up later, because I saw a comment and I realized that every time I do a live of this nature, there's always someone who comes over to say, why not join such and such live? You understand? And I realized that many people is not appreciative of these type of live. Things that will educate people about the different practices that the government is using to make changes in this country. And as I said, every time I do a live of this nature, I would normally say a breaking news, or why not go on another person's live. So, as I said, as soon as this person ends his presentation, I will just end the live, because it seems as if I'm in someone's space.
It's quick. It is, yes, but somebody pays for it. And people, human beings are so segmentary factional that it is hilarious.
Yeah, man, Gusto, it's true, man, because always ask the question, why is it that whenever I am alive, somebody will always come to say breaking news, or why not join somebody else's life? You understand? And this is what I complain about.
But I can pronounce advantage. Because when I speak to people and I say to them,
people are interested in them something, I know. People just want to cuss every day about what now going on, what or what should be happening. And now you're hearing what is happening, and people are interested.
Do you want half of my problems? No herbs. And I said, I don't want to have menstrual cramps, because believe me, I had gas cramps when I was a child, and it was painful. And my mother said to me that it's not even half of what we go through. So I don't want it. But I'd love for people to send me to school, am I right? Like they send a girl to school.
And she not the day, it's not a PNP who comes over to say this. It's always a labor.
What's wrong with the word?
Always.
What's wrong with the word? What's wrong with the word? What's wrong with balance? Those who fight for themselves will soon find others doing the same. Let me go again. Those who fight for themselves will soon find others doing the same. What the heck do you think happens if all of us fight for ourselves? Huh? This is a core ingredient for extremism. Watching the pendulum swing. Listen to people who are extreme left. Listen to people who have money, but they're extreme right. Religious fanatics. I find them intriguing. The world is filled with people who cry out for themselves, but judge those who cry for everyone. Yeah? Why is it that the 70% of development money does not leave your toes? Oh yeah, I said it. Oh yeah, I said it. Yes, I said it. I sat with a friend of mine. Yes, I'm the chair for Children First. Yes, I'm the chair for Fathers Inc. And I'll tell you something, ask Claudia Pioj, the day we sat together, and she said, when we started with 50 boys, I asked, where are the girls? Today we have more girls than boys at Children First. We started with a group of
you remember Miss Nicole?
As far as when I got the merchant,
Miss Nicole pulling at one time.
Where are the women?
And she
Today I
children's
guarantee
first,
you 70% of the beneficiaries of fathers figure are women. Because I believe that to every male there has to be a female. 104 or 103 boys are born in this country. Why is it by age 19 there's a gap in the population as any demographer? 3 of those go missing. Why do we cry for ourselves? Whose best bet? Whose best approach? Whose best practice? And as I walk off, let me remind you all. As I sat in an international meeting, won't say where it is, and people sat there and lamented. I was in Austria-Allenberg. Lamented that despite all that we have done, the world is not getting better. And I popped my hand up and I said, what if you start? What if you start? What if people like me stop annoying you to begin to understand that no child can be poor? The family has to be poor. No boy alone can be in trouble if he has sisters. Are you with me? And no girl alone should be rescued while the brother is also helping to rescue the same girl. This is what you have called development. Every single family I have assessed. IDPs fund the girl. The boy goes in half a tree to fund the girl. The mother take another man to fund the girl. And the boy dies. If that is your best practice, please do not tell anyone. That is how we have boys committing the most hideous crimes. One said to me, Herbs, only 7 people killed. Can't wait to reach a 70.
Wow.
And his mother heard him and said, I pray God will get before you reach 8. Then as I sat with that family to make them leave, she explained to me that this boy has been carrying the family from age 9. I beg of you, as we go forward, we seek balance, we seek partnership. We ask that you do not rescue one, you rescue all. God bless. Take care of yourself.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.
Thank you so much, Auntie. Before he started to speak, when Auntie was here, she promised a thought and a speech. And I can all agree that he did.